Hi everybody, Angie here, coming on to do open collaboration that was co-hosted by Sheree and Susan, by Susan Sheree and Turquoise Dreaming. This is the last week of this open collaboration, week 3, and we are supposed to make a bag journal. I was hoping throughout this process that I would accumulate some type of a paper bag, you know, a brown paper bag, but I have not. So the closest thing that I could come with it, and it's still kind of a bag, is this Amazon packaging. It's kind of an envelope, kind of a bag, but it's got the bag texture and it's nice and crinkly and it's got some good sound to it. So I'm going to cut that down and use that as my base, okay? And it's pretty big, that's why I'm going to have to cut it down. As you can see, it's, goodness, it's 18 inches by something. I'm not even going to bother measuring the other side because I'm going to cut it down anyway. So excuse me for a minute while I bring in my cutter. I'm going to fold this in half because I have to, because it's even too big for my guillotine. And I'm going to cut it. Now, I don't know what size. In the previous week, we had to make a pocket out of a bag, and I want everything to coordinate and correspond and go together. So I need to make this at least as tall and wide as my bag, because I'm going to put this in there. So it looks like 7.5 should be due, just to give us extra space. I'm going to go 7 3/4, just in case my eyeballs are off a little bit. Okay, and then this way, doesn't really matter too much. Let's go about 5.5. I think we should be good there. Can you hear that sound? Nice and crinkly. And it's kind of padded, and it's got some foam in there, as you can see. I guess that's where we get our... So I got 2 of them, actually. So I guess I'll be making another little something out of the rest of that. Okay. So that's where I thought we would start. So we have to make a bag journal, or a journal cover. So basically I could just cover this and call it a day, but I got enough pieces together that I can actually do a whole like journal with a signature and everything in it. I brought a whole bunch of papers. I'm going to put the thing aside here. Got a whole bunch of papers that I thought would kind of coordinate. We are going to collage this, and this is the last little piece of digital that I used on the bag, and I'm definitely going to incorporate this in here so it can be seen, because I want all the textures and pieces to kind of flow together. So we're going to start there. Well, I'm going to put that on top since it's so small. Let's see what I got here. And I had a piece of pink paper, and I thought that almost matched perfectly with the bag, so I brought in a piece of pink. So just some things that I thought would go together. Okay, so that's going to be my cover. I have a nice crinkly bag here, deli bag, that was gifted to me by one of my dear craft friends. Thank you, Sean, for that. So that's going to go in the signature. I thought this would go in the signature. I folded it in half, and that should fit. I have a Avon bag. Everybody's familiar with Avon. Avon calling. I used to sell Avon a long time ago, so I have a lot of bags of those left. And I was going to originally use one of these, but as you can see, the tag in the bag is a little bit taller, so that's why I thought I would use this as an actual page rather than the cover. So I thought I'd put this in there, and I'd put this in there, and let's see what else I have. Oh, I have a couple of glassine bags, and they're kind of small, so what I did was I just made a hinge, glued them together, and I thought I would sew those in like that. And on the side that has the pink paper, that's where I got that from. So on this side and on this side, I will collage to cover that, but just a little bit of the pink hinge will show through, so we have that incorporated throughout my journal. So I kind of thought this through, but not completely. I just basically wanted to have some of everything that's on the bag tag, bag pocket, and the tag itself. I wanted to incorporate some of all of that in the actual journal. So you'll see that I'm going to be using some of this paper. I'm going to try to use maybe some cheesecloth, maybe some of these pearls, some pink, things like that, just so it'll all tie together. Okay. And then I had this. This is just a piece of copy paper that I splattered some ink on. And that's like vintage photo, and I think there's some rusty hinge and maybe some corduroy. What is that color? Vintage photo and ground espresso, rusty hinge. And I just splattered some of the ink on that. I thought that was pretty. So I thought I would use that as a page. And we will tear all these down to fit, of course. So let's see how I want to do that. And maybe we could throw in a couple pieces of coffee dyed paper. I've got some of that. So we're just gonna have a nice junk journal in here. So let's see. We'll make that the middle. Then we'll go there. And we'll go there. I like that brown against that. And then that. And then that. And then that. I think that's big enough. Okay. So let's start with the largest piece and go down from there. So I'm just going to do a rough tear on all of these. And we're going to go right about there. And even though I have a rough tear, I do want them to be relatively straight. So I'm going to try my best, like right there. I tend to lose my grip when I'm just dealing with a small piece. Okay, and then right about there. And I'm just using the lines on my mat for a guide. Okay, there's one. Let's see if that fits, and then we'll use that and go down from there. And it looks like it will. Okay. So, this one. And that's all the bags I had, so I couldn't do every page of my signature out of a bag. But I think I'm achieving the goal here. And then this will be a pocket on each side, obviously. And we have to tear this piece away. Okay, a little assistance here. There we go. Cut those off. Okay. So, let's see, we've got that, then we've got that. And from here, we'll go down. I think I want that to stick out a little bit so you can see some more of the pink. Okay, so there's that. That one. Oops. I don't want two white pages next to each other. Even though I'm going to collage over these, I still. Okay, and we'll go there. And then those ones are already somewhat torn roughly. All right, so that is going to be my signature right there, guys. I'm going to clip those, put that aside, and let's get this cover collaged real quick. See what we can do with this. I just brought in some random pieces. And we're going to get this baby glued down. And when I'm rushing, I do get a little crazy with the glue stick. And I'm not worrying about getting it perfectly lined up to the edges because I can trim it off once I get it glued down. And I don't want to use this whole piece. Like I said, it's going to be collaged, so maybe I'll use that piece on the inside. Let's bring in a different texture. Kind of light, so we're gonna ink around there. So I was really excited to finish this week's collaboration off. I've really enjoyed doing this collaboration. It's been quite fun. Okay. And let's see what else we've got here. And I'm not going to try to tear that one because I know I will mess that one up. Bring a little ink. Okay. I think this glue stick's about had it. Okay. Down we go. And then here, do I have any book page? Book page would look. Oh, I think I forgot about this piece, huh? Maybe I'll have to put that on the inside. I'm just going to bring a small piece to the corner and a small piece to the inside. Just so I know it's there. That's the main thing. And I have some book page. And I brought that in because I like that font right there. So I thought we could use that font. Yes, I like that. Bring that up, make sure I'm in frame. Sorry about that. Okay, and then that will go right there. And let me bring a new glue stick in. trying to move quickly, guys, so I can get this completed in the time allowed. So pardon me if I'm seem kind of out of sorts there. I'm just kind of working kind of briskly. Okay, so that side's covered, so let's trim that down. And we can cover the other side. Scraps there. So there we go. Not, oops, not too bad. Get that down. Okay, I like it. So then we gotta flip it this way and do the same thing. Let's don't waste this book page here. So let's start here. Big of a piece there. Okay. And a bit of this one. And put that on top. Ink in. And it's okay if I'm a little messy with my glue stick because it dries clear anyway. And all I got to do is clean off my mat when I'm done, so that's good. No problems there. Okay. And a couple more pieces. Let's see what we've got here. I've got this. We can bring in a piece of this. Okay. Put enough so it's going to get down well. we go. Easy peasy. And we still have one more piece right there. Let's bring in another piece of this. Ink. Okay. Trim those edges again. And just as easy as that, guys, we basically have ourselves a journal cover. I'll just decide which one I want to be the front, which one I want to be the back, and I did not bring in this piece of paper, and I definitely want to do so. So I'm gonna layer that on top. And it doesn't need to be the whole thing. Bring this piece to this corner. Ink that up. And if I line that right up, I don't have to trim it anymore. Okay, beautiful. I like it. How's that, guys? That looks nice, huh? I think I'm gonna go with that one for the front, outside, and this one will be the inside. So I know my glue hasn't completely dried yet, so I'm just gonna kind of gently work this. Okay. Yeah, very nice. I like it. All right. So then we've got to sew in our signature. I've got the pages the way I think I want them. And ooh, that is cutting it really, really close. As a matter of fact, there's a little bit hanging off of this bag. I'm just gonna trim away the slightest bit. Very nice. Corner sticking up. Let's get that down. And normally I would kind of measure even distance between my pamphlet stitches and the holes that I make, but this one is just going to be a random sewn journal. I'll get it close, I'll guesstimate, but I'm not going to do any measuring on this one. Got my twine, a needle, and I think we'll do a 3-stitch pamphlet. 3-stitch, or should I say 3-hole pamphlet stitch. Okay, and grab a couple of my pokey tools that I like to use for assisting me when I do this. And we're going to come in, if you can see that, about to about 1.5 inches, almost 2 inches in. And give that a poke. And I need a bigger one. Let's use this one. Then I'm going to come about the same. If you can see, I'm going to try and come in about the same distance. Almost 2 inches, and give that a poke. And then with my needle, I'm going to do the third poke. And until I get my stitches started, I usually just leave those in so my papers don't move on me. Just start a hole. And that bag is thick. Should have grabbed my pliers. Okay. So let me grab a hold of that. Now I can pull this one out. And poke this one in. Pull it through. And do the same with the other side. Ooh, that bag is really thick. Okay, one more back through the middle. Well, that was easy. Make sure we come in on the opposite side of the middle twine there, so we'll be able to tie it off. Oops. Gotta go back through again. Lost my thread. Okay. Again, make sure I come in on the opposite side. And off we go. All right. And of course I made this entirely too long. I'm going to pull it taut, get it nice and snug, and tie it off. And I usually double tie it, and then if you want to put it in a bow, leave the edges hanging, whatever you want to do. I think I'll do a bow on this one. Okay. There we go. And in looking at this, I think I want to bring in some ink to the outer edges of the journal cover. Along the middle, the back side. Let's bring some into the inside as well. And in looking at this, I think this would look really nice stitched, wouldn't it? I may have to, after the camera and the video is done, I may come back through and stitch around this. I think that would look really nice. I'm not sure. Okay, and there we go, guys. That is my journal and journal cover. Now, I wanted it the size that I did because I wanted to incorporate this inside. And since I've got this little dangle, I didn't think about that. It's going to have to go on the back side so it doesn't interfere with the middle binding area. So I'm going to glue this down. Or should I use it as the focal point on the front? I think that would look nice also, wouldn't it? I'm going to do that, guys. Let's glue that down. sorry, not in frame there. I'm just bringing a whole heap of glue in here, because this does have a glossy finish, so we want to make sure this baby's gonna stick and stay where we put it, right? I'm gonna have to hold this up for a second, guys, so I can get it positioned somewhat in the middle. There we go. Got a little bit of glue, and down we go. And I'm gonna bring in my clips to kind of give me a little hand here. At least on those corners. And get it down really well. And while I'm holding that, I will attempt to get some of this other stuff out of our way. Okay, nice fresh workspace again. Let's see if that's down, and I think it is. Oops, there's my pin. I love it. Look at that. Oh my gosh. I think that looks awesome. And we've got our pocket. We've got our journal card that we made. The first one, week 1, was the pocket, the bag pocket. Second week was we had to make a matching tag to fit in the pocket. Okay. And then this final week we had to make a journal cover. And I made that to match and to go, and I knew I had some crocheted trim on here, so I thought maybe we could bring in some crocheted trim also. So like I said, I want everything to match and go together. Let's see, where do I want to put it though? You know what, I'm going to do little corners, like we would our middle corner tabs. I'm going to do it like that, but I'm going to use the crocheted trim. Just a little accent on each there. I think that will look really cute. Sure we've got that down really well. Clean up any hangover. reinforce those corners. Make sure they're glued down really well. Okay, I think I got it. And I'm forever losing my pen here. All right, I think that's it. The only thing, we've got some of the paper, we've got some of the pink throughout all three projects. I didn't bring in any of the little sheer ribbon, but I do have the crocheted trim, brought in some of the crocheted trim. And there we go, guys. That's it. That is my 3 weeks of my open collaboration hosted by Susan at Susan Howell Arts and Turquoise Dreaming by Sheree. Thank you, the two co-hosts. Thank you so much for collaborating and making this collaboration. I've really, really enjoyed it. I have all three projects all in one. I have my bag pocket. I have my matching tag that goes in the bag. And then I have my bag journal with one signature. Okay. Now I won't have enough time if I collage and decorate each page on this. I won't have time to do all that, but at least you guys can see I have everything matching. I have some pink brought in into the journal signature itself. I have a bag here, so I will collage this one and I will make this a nice big pocket there. Okay, this is just coffee dyed. Here's a paper bag here, deli bag. Okay, another piece of coffee dyed paper, and then I have two glassine bags that put together with a hinge, and I'll put a tag in each of those. I'll collage on this side and at least collage on this side to cover up most of that hinge. And then here's the back side of the signature. Again, coffee dyed paper, the other half of that bag. And all I need to do, well, since it's cut open on the side, I will cut it open on the top on this side. So I'll just trim away just the slightest amount, about a 1/16 of an inch, to open that bag up. Okay, there I go. I've got a top pocket opening there, and I'll probably do a little thumb pull there. Okay. And that's already decorated. I don't even really need to do anything to those pages if I don't want to. Coffee dyed paper, the opposite side of the Avon bag. Again, I will collage and decorate that. Pink paper and the splattered paper. And then we come to the last page. Oh my goodness. I love it. I really do. What do you guys think? Do I need anything else? I don't think so. And maybe I have a little clip. I could just do something as simple as that for a closure. Maybe an antique paper clip. Something as simple as that for a closure. All right. Well, wow, that was so fun. Thank you, Susan. Thank you, Sheree. I truly, truly enjoyed this collaboration. Look forward to anything you guys have going in the future. I'd be more than willing to participate in. I so much enjoyed this. And until the next video, I hope all you guys enjoyed the process as well. Please click on the link. It's hashtag Let's Use Paper Bags. Show your support. See all the collaborations that everybody's doing. Thank you so very much, everyone. Until the next video, take care and God bless. Bye-bye.